Hello everyone, this is Miss D again. Today we will be exploring how we can convert decimal numbers to fractions to help us add decimal numbers. So let's go ahead and get started by looking at slide B. Here the task tells us to find two fractions with a sum of 87 hundredths. Before we take a look at this problem, I want you to take a moment to just jot down what you notice and what you wonder. When you're ready, go ahead and unpause. So what did you notice? What did you wonder? Did you notice that we are adding here? Did you notice that we already have the sum, right, which is the answer to an addition problem? Did you notice that the answer is written both as a fraction and as a decimal? Did you notice that the denominators of the addends, which are the numbers we add, are in tenths and hundredths? Some great thinking there. What do you wonder? Did you wonder how we can add tenths and hundredths and get an answer in hundredths? Did you wonder how we can get a two-digit numerator as the answer? Did you wonder how we can use place value blocks to help us solve this problem? Some good thinking there, guys. All right, let's go ahead and now find two addends, the two numbers that we're going to add, to give us 87 hundredths. So we're going to go ahead and use the place value discs. Okay, so we have to find two addends that will give us 87 hundredths. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we could do that. So we can go ahead and have 87 hundredths, right? So that would be 8 tenths, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, right? So we have here 8 tenths, and I still need 7 hundredths. So 1 hundredth, 2 hundredths, 3 hundredths, 4 hundredths, 5 hundredths, 6 hundredths, 7 hundredths. So this shows us 87 hundredths. But what if I took one of these tenths away and brought it to the hundredths? Well, that would mean that I now have to put 10 more hundredths here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Now I have 7 tenths, and I have 4, 8, 12, 16, 17 hundredths, right? So 7 tenths plus 17 hundredths also gives me 87 hundredths. And I could do that again. I could take another tenth away and add 10 more here. That would give me 27 hundredths. And then if I took another one, it would give me 37 hundredths. Take another one away, 47 hundredths. Notice something interesting is happening there, do you? Let's go explore this a little bit more back at the slides. So we found a few different ways, right? We said we could do 8 tenths and 7 hundredths. We also noticed that I could take a tenth away, right? I could take one of those tenths away, make it 7 tenths, and then I add 10 more hundredths here, so I get 17 hundredths. Then we spoke about I could also take another tenth away and add 10 more to this 17. Then we get 27. Are you noticing that 7's not moving? Yeah, I noticed that too. Huh. Interesting. We're going to explore this a little more in the next few slides. All right, let's take what we learned from this slide and observe some other student samples and see what you're noticing and wondering about their work. Let's go ahead to slide C. So what do you notice? What do you wonder? And what does this make you think about adding decimals? Go ahead and pause when you're ready. Unpause. So what did you notice? Did you notice that they added 3/10 and 57 hundredths? We didn't get that far when we were changing our tenths to hundredths. But you'll notice, right, they also have that 57 hundredths, right? That's 7. Did you notice that they used an area model to show how they decomposed the fraction 87 hundredths? Yeah, we didn't use that area model, right? We used the place value blocks. Those worked pretty well for us, right? So you'll notice they shaded in 3/10. I wonder if they just decided, I'm just going to shade 3 and figure how many more I need to get to 57 hundredths. What else did you wonder? Did you wonder why they didn't write a 2-digit numerator for the first addend? Like 12/10. Why didn't they write 12/10? Could we write 12/10? I don't think so, right? What would 12/10 be? Yeah, 12/10 would be this whole area model shaded and then 2 more columns of an additional model. So we can't have a 2-digit in the first addend because its denominator is 10. Right? We're not showing a number that's greater than 1. Did you wonder why the second addend always ends with 7 in the hundredths place? Yeah, we were kind of noticing that with our place value blocks. Why is that? Yeah, because the 7 is in the hundredths place. So we can't have hundredths in our first addend here. We will have to have 7 in the second addend, and there's nowhere else to put the 7. And what does this make you think about adding decimals? Does it make us think that we can use fractions to help us add decimals? Right? We can convert these decimals into fractions, solve them the way we're comfortable with, and get our answer. We don't have to, but it's a way that we can use that we already know how to add fractions, and we can use that to help us add decimals. And you could also use area models or the place value disks to help you as well. Let's take a look at one more sample. So what are you noticing here? What do you wonder? And what does this make you think about decimals? Okay, so this is another student sample. I want you to answer those questions on the right. What did you notice? What do you wonder? And what does this make you think about adding decimals first? And then you could go ahead and unpause. Okay, so what did you notice? Did you notice they found an equivalent fraction for 7/10? So right here we can see they did 7/10 equal to 70 hundredths. Did you notice they added by using like denominators? So right here, 70 hundredths plus 17 hundredths. And then they went back and simplified it, right? When putting it back into decimals, they wrote it as 7/10, 17 hundredths. What do you wonder? Do you wonder why they found the equivalent fraction? Did you wonder if this would work every time? Did you wonder how they would use this strategy if the first addend was 2/10? Let's see. If it was 2/10, how much would they have to add? 67. Interesting. 3/10, 57. And we see that 7 staying there, right? What does this make you think about decimals? When adding decimals, we have to pay attention to the tenths and hundredths place. We can also write the decimals as fractions to help us add decimals, right? So you can always use this strategy if you want to. If you feel more comfortable with adding fractions than you do with adding decimals, then you can take what we've seen today and use it to help you add decimals. All right, one final question here. What mathematical conclusions can you draw about adding decimals? So we've seen a few student samples here. You've gone ahead and answered a few as well. I want you to take all that you've learned today and draw some conclusions about how we can add decimals. So when you're ready, you could go ahead and unpause. So some conclusions we can draw are that we can add decimals by using fractions to represent the tenths and hundredths. We can use area models like the student sample here to help us add decimals. We can use place value discs to help us add decimals too. Yeah, those place value discs can be very helpful and visually friendly. Well, we've reached the end of this video segment. I hope this video was helpful on how you can convert decimal numbers to fractions to help us add decimal numbers. Great job today. See you next time.